Step into the darkness. Onward to the darkness. Onward to the darkness. We have been here before. We go on, we thrive, we persevere. We share through this desert of tears. We open path and see through the third eye. You got it, baby. We go onward to the darkness. We go on, we go on, we go on, we persevere. Onward to the darkness. Onward to the, 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 onward Onward to the we persevere. We go on. Onward to the darkness, my friends. Bem-vindos, welcome. Good to be here with you guys. Turn my effects off a little bit and let me get closer to you. Yeah, here we go. Here I am. Hi, hello. Thank you. I hope you can hear. I hope you can see. I'm so excited to be here, sharing some time with you today. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, great. I love it. I appreciate it, Marina. Hi, Marina. Beijo. Marina, we're going to be talking to Leti Garza 7:30. Aren't you guys excited? I am. Oh my gosh. So I love, and I know I'm not facing the screen right now, but I like to put some information here so you guys can like do. I don't have to listen to Freddy the whole time, right? No, you don't. But welcome everyone, if it's your first time here. Bem-vindos, gente, meus amigos, família do Brasil, amigos de Mexico, friends that maybe, most folks usually watch this afterwards, so abraço a todos. E aqui estamos. Once again, this is the 6th time on a Tuesday on a row that I've done this. I put the name at 7 with Frederico7, a 7 com Frederico7. A 7 aqui no Texas, 9 da noite no Brasil. So in Brazil is 9 p.m. In Mexico, a las 7 también. When the times don't change, a los amigos de México, por todo México, que nos ven de vez em quando, que nos estén viendo aqui, abraço a todos, abraço muy fuerte, a big hug to you guys. For everybody here in Austin, para todos aqui in Austin, forte abraço, big hug to you. We're going to be interviewing and talking to Leti Garza in just a little bit. Those of you that know Leti Garza, amazing. So happy that you're here because we're going to get deeper and deeper with Leti into, what gets her inspired. And then, se tu não conheces, if you don't know Leti Garza, se você não conhece, é uma amiga minha, uma artista, uma música exímia e com muito sentimento e realmente me encanta a arte que ela tem. So stick around for a conversation with Leti Garza. Last week, the last time I had these conversations, I've interviewed Mohamed Firuzi of Atash. I've interviewed Topaz from the Golden Dawn Orchestra. I've interviewed Tupiniquim, right from Brazil, an artist, artista brasileiro, Tupiniquim. Eu entrevistei ele também. Joshua Thompson. So I've just been having a lot of fun. Omid Larajani, I've been having a lot of fun just interviewing my friends. And next week, próxima semana, in 7 days from now, and I'm sorry that my mic was feedback a little bit. I think I fixed now. Next week, I'm going to have from Brazil, live from Brazil, from Minas Gerais, Antônio Dionísio. Dionísio, a beautiful songwriter. He's got a new video out as well, new music. So these are good times. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to play another song, so I don't talk too much. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all are beautiful. Obrigado, gente, que estão aqui. Se vocês estão aqui, na minha família no Brasil, os amigos, ó, um beijo na alma, sentimento. Vamos tocar uma canção? Vamos fazer uma música? Vamos lá. So most of you know this already. I have a loop pedal here. Eu tenho... Okay. This guy here is being so sentimental today, this mic stand. Que faça. That's what happens, guys. We have to be our own engineers now. Yeah, welcome to the new world. O novo mundo para os músicos, né? So, bem-vindos à minha garagem. Welcome to my garage. That's where we are right now, here in Austin, Texas. Tocamos do disco Exotico Americano? Let's play one from the record, if I can swing it. Let's see, né? The one-man band, I miss my band a lot. Eba! Ela é melindrosa, felicidade. Vai, 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 reverberar, vai. Ela é melindrosa, que encontra prosa. Sempre será. Elas gostam, todo o Brasil, documentando, erigindo a nova nação. Rebelião da alma sincera, ela que sincera, abre a primavera, já chega o verão, outra constelação. E o futuro, só quem sabe é Deus, então fica na tua, fica na boa, fica com amor, fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, 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 fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor. Oh yeah, 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 rock and roll. Fica na boa, fica na tua, fica na boa. Fica no amor, fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor. Fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor. Fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor. Fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor. Fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor.
Obrigado, obrigado, gente. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, love you, love, love you.
Fica na boa, fica no amor.
Opa.
Fica na tua, fica na
If you just tune in.
fica no amor, fica no amor. Fica na tua.
Oh yeah, this is episode 6. Hanging out in my garage, baby. I love you, I'm Fred. So,
Fica na tua, fica na boa, fica
it's good to be here.
Fica no amor, fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor,
fica no amor, fica no amor,
fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, fica no amor, fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor, 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 fica na tua, fica na boa, fica no amor.
Stay in love, y'all. Stay in love. Stay in love with life. Continue no amor. Continue no amor com a vida. Stay in love with yourself. Continue no amor com você mesmo, se você pode, né? If you're able to. It's one of the few things we sometimes it's also a privilege, right? Self-care, mental health, os privilégios, não? Às vezes até mesmo tomar conta da nossa saúde mental, do nosso cérebro, é um privilégio. So often we take a lot of those things for granted. So let's take a deep breath. I'm gonna take one. Yes. in the moment, in the presence, in the feeling of the now. É bom, é legal. No momento, no presente, no sentimento do agora. It's cool, it's groovy. Amigos de México, um abraço. Amigos do Brasil, família. Friends here in Texas and family. This show today goes to my family. This show today goes to anybody that is facing a difficult health challenge. Special love to my wife, Adrian Clements. Today, I dedicate this show and my jams to you, to my wife, who's in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now. And all the love to the clan and to everybody, to the clan of people. I'm sorry, that word gets a very bad connotation. That's exactly not what I meant, right? It's awful how, we have to dissect words, But anyways, my love to my family, my love to my wife, and my love to everybody who's facing health challenges or who knows someone or who's taking care of someone or who has recently taken care of someone or who has been grieving someone. So my love to you and this show, yes, a beautiful, beautiful special love and kindness for you to this show today. Appreciate it, and I appreciate the jams. Very organic, so you can see muito orgânico aqui, os jams. Sure, I make mistakes all the time. I miss my band a lot. Eu tô com muitas saudades dos meus amigos, da minha banda. Então, vou fazer o seguinte, ó. Before we move on, a few things. Todas as terças-feiras, every Tuesday, I'm here doing this thing. Thank you for tuning in. Obrigado, gente. I have a new YouTube channel, and on YouTube, if you get to 1,000 followers, subscribers, you start to monetize your videos more. So you could help me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube, you can just search Frederico7 Music, and you will find it. Because if you don't get to 1,000 subscribers, they don't give you your own name for your channel, right? So I wish I could tell you youtube.com/Frederico7 Music, but I can't. So yeah, if you have a second, you could find Frederico7 Music, my channel on YouTube, and you can give it a subscribe. And it's been beautiful. It's growing like a little plant. And anybody that anybody that subscribes to my YouTube channel today there is a raffle. I'm doing a raffle for a Frederico7 shirt. It's beautiful green, all cotton, with a design of a hummingbird by Fumihito, who is one of my beautiful friends and guitar players here in Austin, Texas. So, yes, if you want a beautiful shirt, se você quer uma camiseta, uma chance de ganhar uma camiseta, vai lá no meu YouTube, vai lá. Vai lá no YouTube, search Frederico7 Music, you're gonna find the Frederico7 Music channel, okay? Or something like that. Obrigado, gente. I am just a few minutes away from bringing our special guest today, Leti Garza. Tô muito contente de trazer minha amiga, a cantora, a artista Leti Garza. Almost there. I will play actually something with my whole band, because I'm missing really a lot of my musicians and missing my band. So let us play something to reminisce the times. I don't know if you remember something called live music. Eu não sei se você se lembra dos tempos da música ao vivo, mas eu tô com muita saudade da minha banda. I'm missing my band. So I'm gonna play something from you guys, and then after that I'm gonna be coming in here and having a beautiful conversation with Leti Garza. So actually, I'm going to give credit to Ann Beckett, my friend Ann Beckett, for shooting this video here. And actually, let me undo this. Yeah, guys, I got to be my own engineer here. Come on, people. Frederico, guy, get it right, dude. Hey, Frederico, come on, get it right. What you doing, dude? Hey. Alright. A little água de coco for you, and we'll be right back. This was a Central Market in Austin, Texas. That's right. With Sergio Yazbek on guitar, and Pete Powers on the drums, Alan Uribe, I believe, is on bass. And on congas that day, we have Rudy Rex Canales. We'll be right back with Leti Garza.
The system falling on my head. It was conceivable. Running down the treasures of our soul. Constrict the camera, find the selfless right place. No happiness, no healing can take place until we realign our systems. Água de coco, caldo de vermelho. Água de coco, pra mim e pra você. Olha aí, a coco na boca. Água de coco, caldo de vermelho. Água de coco, pra mim e pra você. Água de coco, vai, água de coco. Água, as clean and pure as the highest pure water from the Himalaya. Just pure, clean, sweet agua flowing down to Bangladesh. Feeling the palm trees, feeling the coconut. I like água de coco, caldo de vermelho. Água de coco, pra mim e pra você. Olha aí, água de coco, caldo de vermelho. Água de coco, pra mim e pra você. Água de coco, vai, água de coco. minha gente. Minha gente. Obrigado, 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 obrigado. Obrigado, minha gente. Thank you so much for hanging out here with us. It's just a pleasure here to be here with you. So let's see here. Got my volume. Make sure y'all can hear me all right. And I definitely once again I'm just missing my band so much, of course, you know. So, but let's get you know this thing going. I want to say some shouts to Paula, to Paula Maya, who's watching the show there. So fun to have Paula there hanging out. I want to say hello to Marina once again. Marina, you know, órale, querida. How are you doing today? I hope hope you're doing great. Let's see here. And you know, there's some more folks here in the chat saying hello. So yeah, we're excited just to share some connection with you guys. So cheers, saúde. It is my pleasure to bring a very good friend now that, yeah, we have several folks here. Gonna, you know, just tell you guys that I'm very excited to have this conversation with Leti Garza. Estou muito contente de trazer a minha amiga, a Leti, para conversar com a gente um pouquinho das coisas que elas têm passado. Então, vamos lá. Let me see if this technology is gonna work in our advantage. Hello, Leti. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can see you. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you perfectly, and I can see you great. You look great. It's so good to see your smile.
It's so good to hear and see you as well. Great to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so. Yay! Thank you for being in my garage. You know, this is this is my campaign to get air conditioning here. I think by the end of the summer, I'm gonna succeed.
Really? All right.
You know,
I'm also in a shed with no air conditioning. I feel you. I feel you.
Leti, this will be the hottest interview in Austin of all summer. You know, a must see.
We're so lucky.
We are very lucky. I try to start my streams reminding myself of that, reminding, you know, my nervous system sometimes, you know, because we are in a constant crisis. So I try to remind my nervous system how lucky I am to do what I do, and you know, to have the limbs, the arms, the possibility. I also reminded myself to take one day at a time in this state. So before we move on, I just want to check in with you. How are you doing today? Hoje, como você está hoje?
I love your question, and I love you. That's the first thing.
I love you as well. I love you too.
I'm doing well at this moment. I'm so happy to be here, to hear your beautiful, beautiful music, and to hear your thoughts about where you are, and connecting with an audience, connecting with all of you out there, wherever you are, whomever you are. So because I am not performing right now, it feels very good to be right here, right now, because by nature, I'm a very social person. I love people. I love my community. I love music. So I'm good right now. Thank you.
That is great to hear. I am also very good right now. considering, and as I alluded to, all around, we as humans, we navigate this at different times. And right now, like right now in my family, sending love to my mother-in-law in Tulsa. But there's so many folks that are just dealing with different types of crises, and how almost like a moving sand. Sometimes it seems like we're in a, oh, is this okay to step in here? Okay, I'm gonna step in there. Okay. So sometimes it feels that way. And just like, if you allow me, I'm gonna just, because every once in a while we're gonna say a hello em português. Então, para os amigos do Brasil, estamos falando sobre como nesses tempos de pandemia, parece que às vezes emocionalmente estamos em uma areia movediça e temos que pensar dia após dia. Então, a minha pergunta para a Leti foi: como você está hoje? E ela está muito bem. So, thank you, Leti, once again. And I know you from a few years. I first became acquainted with your work. I believe it was your first record. I'm not sure. I think it was. And then I met you during the La Panamericana campaign when you were doing the record. And I'm glad to say to everybody, I see you as a mentor, or I met you as my mentor. Eu te conheci como uma mentora, and I still always remember when I sat down with you at the footsteps of the Austin City Hall
building. Yes.
Very fitting. Nós sentamos, gente, eu e a Leti conheci ela há muitos anos, e ela era minha mentora. And I remember that was important conversation for me. Just looking for resonance, I think. And so I want to thank you for being there for me, and for listening, and for giving all the knowledge you had at the moment. So let's start there. We're gonna go to the past later, but my first question is not in the past. My first question is looking back from that moment to now a little bit. In your path, not as much as music business, but in your path as artist. What has changed? What has stayed the same? And we are talking about 2015, 2016. So in the last 4 or 5 years, when you look back, once again, and we can talk about business later, but more in that artist side, do you feel a shift, or if it stayed the same, what stayed the same?
Well, let's see. I have grown as an artist in terms of 2015, 2016. At that time, let's see, my first album, La Americana, was put out in 2014, I believe. And at that time, I wanted to do an homage to my aunt, but I was really relying upon a lot of other musicians and producers and engineers to define some of the things that I wanted to say, but didn't know how. I knew it was in my head. But from that time, 2015, 2016 to now, I have grown a lot in terms of what my focus is on, what I want to do, material of my own. In 2016, I was doing an homage to my family music, because I have a deep history with family music. So I wasn't doing my original music. And also, because I came to the music scene later in life, was originally a dancer, I felt like I needed to dig very hard and very deep into the music that I loved, and learn a lot about it, and learn from others as much as I could, so that I could eventually find my own pathway. Dancers, I still consider myself a dancer as well. Dancers, they have this thing about, just going back to the ground up foundation work all the time. And so I think that we all do our artwork and do we all do our lives based upon those who came before us, and our observations and our realizations about our examination about things that are around us. And back in 2000, when I first began a journey to become a singer, in 2000 is when I first began sort of a real journey. I just knew I had a lot of learning to do. And then I, of course, as we all know, it never stopped. But I do have a very...
Really? I thought it just stopped somehow.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So, but I do have a much clearer idea of the music that I want to continue to do right now, and original material, and as well still do music of my heritage. Does that answer your question? I've grown a lot artistically.
Yes, no, it really does. It really does, and it's cool because I'm gonna come back to kind of all these points, and I'm gonna later. I want to focus a little bit more on what's happening now, but I would be remiss, especially if I have friends in Mexico and Brazil that don't know your story. Tell us, tell us a little bit about how did you fall in love with the idea of, oh, I'm gonna pursue the arts. Like, I don't know if it was dancing or music, but was that a process? Was it a moment that it was like, oh, I think I'm gonna take that leap? How did it work for you?
I have a question before I answer that. So if I spoke in Spanish and English, would people understand me who are from Brazil? I had that
Yes, portunhol, sim, nós podemos falar para as pessoas do Brasil que estão vendo, a Letícia vai falar um pouco de espanhol para que vocês possam entender um pouco também. A minha pergunta é a respeito de como ela se apaixonou pelas artes.
Cuando estaba una niña, era parte de mi vida, era parte de mi alma. My family was steeped in the arts. Mi familia era una familia de muchos que tenían muchos artistas. We had many artists in my family, and it was a natural pathway for me. Muy orgánico para ser una artista. I never knew, I never understood, because I had a terrible idea of economics, how poor a pathway that would be. But
I am laughing to not cry. Estoy riendo para no llorar.
That worked itself out in other ways. But I guess yo nací una artista. I was born an artist. And so it was just what I was from the beginning. Not a musician, but I was a dancer, I was a director, a writer, producer of theater. I've been too many things. That's why I am where I am. Así es, but I never cared. I just keep producing. I cannot. You're driven, right? Artistas saben que no es posible para parar. That's the way it is. And I've been lucky to be able to do that. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I echo that as well. Some elements of being lucky about being that. I really echo that. Let's dive a little bit into dancing per se. That was an interesting pathway, and I always fascinates me. Dancers who are musicians, musicians who are dancers. There is a way to perceive the music. Do you do you sometimes in a room filled with just musicians, do you see that play out your dancer part, the way that you compose or rehearse or something like that? Is that an interesting crossover that you observe at times, or you don't even care, don't even notice?
Oh, it's very distinct. No, it's very distinct. When I first became a musician, I call myself a musician now because I've been studying music for many years now. I'm going to call myself a musician. I didn't for many.
Yes!
Yeah.
Woohoo! It's breaking news! Breaking news, everybody! Here at 7 with Frederico7, Leti Garza is comfortable.
Damn it. But anyway, but when I first was becoming a singer, I was first becoming singer only. I said, voy a ser una cantante solamente, but porque
Sí.
mi familia conmigo estaba haciendo canciones todo el tiempo juntos. I performed with my family as a child all the time because they were all musicians. But when I first became, see if I can keep on track.
It's okay if you don't. Estamos entre amigos, estamos entre amigos. Todo é pode ser um círculo, não tem que ser uma linha.
Well,
Pode
anyway,
ser uma serpentina.
I'll just say something very simple is that when I began playing with a band, and I love my band too, I can so relate to you loving and missing your band.
I know the audio is not even that great, but I just want to like see them.
Yeah, I miss my band too. I love you guys. If anyone in my band's watching tonight, I love you. Anyway, but when I first became playing with a band, I used to count like this. Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or how was it? Oh, no. I would do it this way. Ready, everybody? And 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how a dancer works. The musicians count and 1 and 2 or and 1, 2 or 1, 2. But dancers always counted the last half of the 8 or whatever the 4 was. They never counted the same way a musician does. And it took me
I like the dancer way better because it's already in the groove. It's like
That's kind of like a Broadway thing. I don't know. but yeah, dancers work with a lot of usually they work with many women and a few men. But when I switched to become involved in a band and singer and had my own work, and then all of a sudden I was working with all these wonderful musicians who were male, and that was also fun and interesting because the process by which male and females communicate is certainly different, and that's always been a lot of fun for me. I love everybody, so it doesn't matter. It's just different.
Yes, no, I love that. So I had another question, but I'm not gonna get to it because I'm gonna go with the flow as well. Yeah, there has been some events, beautiful events, and hey, Antonio Dionisio is here. Hi, Dionisio from Brazil. So next week, our guest is Dionisio. He has a new video, and he's saying hello. So hello, Dionisio from us.
Hello.
So nós estamos no Brasil agora, Leti. É oficial, ao vivo no Brasil. I see there is in the industry and as a woman band leader. I mean, already let's minority, immigrant, people of color, and then woman. And coming late into the music scene from being a dancer, and then coming to the Austin music scene. Eu quero escutar pouquinho ser mulher dentro da comunidade de música de Austin e o que você tem feito. I want to hear, because I know there has been a few festivals. Talk a little bit about the festivals that you help to curate to empower other female artists, and talk about the perspective of being a woman in Austin music scene. I would love to hear from a little bit of that.
Okay. So
or as much as you want, as much as you want.
sure. Um, as a woman who has experienced challenges in being able to play where I want and when I want in my life, it's important to me and will always be important to me to make a platform available for other women, uh, certainly women of color, very important as well, and other people from places that aren't normally here in Austin, people, immigrants, people of color all over the world. It's very important to me because it's something that I have experienced in my life. And so that's why I helped to curate Women in Music, the International Women's Music Day. I can't even remember what it's called. International Women's Music, International Women's Day. That's it.
Nice.
And it's I did a show for that. I curated a show 2 years in a row for that event. Had other artists help me, other women, Paula Maya. Hi,
Yeah, Paula, and did Naga Valley play as well? Oh
She
no,
did not, but she had to. She could not that year, but Julie Slim did.
nice.
Slim Nassif and Rakefet La Violette. So we had a
Oh
nice
yes.
variety of women who played international women music and from different parts of the world and different kinds of music. And I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out, but the fact is that it was a really beautiful event. And then that year, that was the first year. This following year, I curated an event in which I decided to feature women of Texas, women in Austin, because I know that there's not traditionally an avenue, oftentimes, or there hasn't been an avenue for women who do Latin music, who are band leaders or who are women
That's
bands, to have a place to play. That's been changing the past few years. I'm delighted to see. So I don't feel the need to do that like I did, but it's still the reality. Um, and then there was a show I did in March right before COVID hit. It was to co-produce a show, Stephanie Vergara and TK Tunches
oh yeah.
with the what's it called? Gosh, I'm gonna have a freeze here. But she has a wonderful women's market for people of color. Do you not remember the name? Anyway,
Frida
so
Friday.
Freedom
Frida
Friday.
Friday.
It was a
Frida
Freedom
Friday.
Friday
Yes.
birthday fest.
Yes. Anybody here in Austin, if you haven't been in the future, or they are doing online things, so you can find them on Instagram. Frida Friday. It's a great organization to support. Yeah, for sure.
And I support women of all kinds of women, which I think is wonderful. So I co-produced an event for them, and we brought in local artists that were extremely wonderful. Nagavali was part of that show, as well as Stephanie Bergara and Paula. Maya was part of that as well. Um, Courtney Santana. Um, who else was on that? I
I
can't
mean,
remember.
it's just beautiful to
Tiara Girls.
yeah, and to do what you love and combine your passion, your core, and in the process empower other folks, other women in this case. Uh, yeah, building their own, building our own table, which is a little bit of what we are doing in our a group that we have, the Austin. Well, we don't have a name for a group yet, but we, those us watching here in Austin, there is a lot of world beat music and world music. Aqui em Austin tem muita música global, música internacional, world beat music. E temos grupo aqui de líderes, so we have a group just trying to find representation, and that's part of the, it's I in 2016 I read the Austin Music Census, and I did see how underserved many of our populations are, and that's part of the reason I asked too, because I have seen you be part of events. Eu tenho visto você estar em parte de eventos, a fazer coisas com outras mulheres para empoderar as mulheres em Austin e no mundo, you know, to empower not only in Austin but as a byproduct in the world. So I just want to thank you for doing all of that work, and for because it's like sometimes seems like a thankless job, but I think it that's part of the reasons that I stay in the city, because there's people like you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Yes.
Let's before we dive into what's happening now, and for you guys watching later, we're gonna play a video, interesting video. We're gonna talk about the video beforehand, but vamos falar um pouquinho das suas raízes. Você foi para Cuba, você viajou, you traveled to Cuba, you did some work. Can you talk a little bit? I know that we are digressing to a little bit of the roots of your family. That's not the focus of the interview, but I think we do need to hear a little bit. I would love to hear about your connection to El Caribe, and what brings to your soul, and how do you feel about that, and in your music, porque yo escucho el Caribe en tu música. I hear the Caribbean in your music. So that's why I want to ask that question.
My family, as I said before, were family musicians, and but I had an aunt who was very popular in the Caribbean. She's a world famous Latin American artist, Eva Garza, and she did a lot of Caribbean music. So while I grew up in Houston, I heard her music all my life, and I didn't relate to Tejano music or conjunto. I related to boleros and son and danzón, because she would perform in Cuba and in Antilles and in Puerto Rico and in Mexico. That's where all her music, that's where she was. And in Nueva York también, she was an artist who performed that kind of music. So between being a dancer who loved rhythm, dancers love rhythm, and
Yes.
and a person who listened to this music by this incredible artist, who happened to be my aunt, I grew up with a deep love for this kind of music. That's simple as that. So I asked myself in 2000, what do you want to sing? If you want to sing, because I could sing other things too, I did when I was younger. If you want to sing, what do you want to sing? And I thought, well, I'm going to start with my heritage, with the music of my family. I'm going to start with the music of my aunt, because I can hear it and it's in my blood. And that's where I started.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Eva Garza, you can look her up on YouTube. Los mexicanos conocen Eva Garza, los mexicanos de Antiguas. She's like in 1940s to 1960s. She's no longer alive, but very famous.
I will look her up, and I believe back when I met you, I think I had before, but it's good to revisit. So yes, for os amigos, eu perguntei para Letícia, para Leti, ela tem uma parte caribenha na música dela, e falamos um pouquinho sobre a Eva Garza, que é uma tia dela bem famosa nos anos... Leti, in the 40s and 50s, would you say?
Yeah, from the 40s through the 60s, through the early 60s.
Uhum. Então, Eva Garza, eu vou compartilhar a música. When I edit my comments later and republish this on Facebook and YouTube, I'll add a link to her music as well.
Oh, cool.
Yes, yes, no, that is great because and also vai ajudar as pessoas a escutarem. It's gonna help also. It's interesting when you hear an artist and understand where the sounds a little bit in their soul are coming from. So I really appreciate that. Leti, I want if you are. Let's try something fun here. I am going to. We're gonna play here a game. If we can, if I do this right, if I do this correctly on the screen right now, you should be. You should be seeing an image, right? So I gonna every image that I play here. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on there? O que está acontecendo nessa foto, querida?
Oh man, I was in New York at a place called the Rockway House. It's a really well-known place in Soho district, playing with some Grammy Award nominated musicians, having a lot of fun. And we were playing repertoire from El Único para mí. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm having so much fun because it was a full house that night. And it was the first time I'd ever played in Manhattan. Maybe this was 3 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. If this is working now, a new image popped in. In these times of us doing, quarentena and so forth, how do you feel when you look at this? What's happening now? Conta pra gente, tell us.
Of course, it makes me a little sad, to be honest, but, artists are made to be flexible. We have to be flexible with the career we chose. And art is something that we have to be open-minded all the time to not try to direct, but to allow us to flow to where the path of least resistance is. So although this photograph was wonderful and I had a great time that night, I was in Austin at a stage for Alex Vallejo curated a wonderful show at the ACL, what's it called? The ACL venue close to downtown. It was a big to-do. I was one of many artists. And it was an intimidating show. I will say something about this.
Oh, please. I love those stories.
I can't remember. It was a C3, probably. I don't remember. It was like a really big deal. To me, it was a big deal because there were a lot of very wonderful artists alongside. It was an hour or 2 hours of each person playing their own song. But oftentimes it was a band. But I decided
Yeah, I understand that.
So I did a solo show, and I'm not Hola Marina. Anyway, I'm not a musician. I'm not Liberace. I'm not super. I can play definitely, but
you're preaching to the choir here. I'm trying to be my one-man band that is.
You can relate. So I'm humble about my musicianship, but
me too.
Right. So it takes a lot of to take a stand and say, I'm going to play alongside these amazing artists and go do my thing. And so I did, and it was received very well. People really dug the song. And so and I happened to have a really fantastic photographer who caught me in the light. So I used this photograph. He gave it to me later. Yeah.
That is beautiful. I have a similar story one time actually, before I tell my story real quick, eu quero falar aos amigos de Austin, esta foto aqui, ao do Brasil, essa foto a Leti falou que era um momento vulnerável, onde era um palco muito importante, com muitas bandas grandes, e ela tocou sozinha e teve que... É um momento vulnerável, né? A palavra Portuguese word. Mi querida Leti, look at this. Look at you. I love your eyes. I love everything about this picture. And look at Marina. Marina. So we miss you, Marina. Big hugs from me and Leti to you, Marina.
Yes.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about what's going on here. O que está acontecendo aqui?
I chose this photograph because it's the photograph to come of my new music. I want my last album. I had a beautiful photograph of me with my eyes closed, very dreamy, and I love this photograph because it's very direct, and I'm ready to awaken. And so that's what this represents. The music that I will be putting out this year will be original music. That's on the video as well that you have, Freddie, but it's just a continuation of my desire the photograph is a continuation of my desire to be present and conscious. That's it.
Oh, the desire to be present and conscious. O desejo de estar presente e consciente. See how Portuguese is so... See, I have it easy, you know? I have all those songs because of the languages. É uma língua muito poética. But I wanted to share that message because it's important, no? The desire to be present and conscious, presente y consciente. I love it, and I really I'm very happy these Tuesdays to really let these just like in the middle of to connect with my friends, to connect with people, and to have an opportunity to have these conversations. Because I know it's good to know what's happening with you right now, and for everybody watching, as pessoas que estão assistindo, when in a little bit I'm gonna show where they can find your music and everything. But it's good because now they can have a reference point, you know, like, wow, when I hear this music, this is the human that I'm supporting. Let's talk about supported and feeling supported. Vamos falar sobre isso. Esta foto aqui, what's happening with this? Don't you like this game I play with the pictures? I made you upload it, but...
Well, it's beautiful. It's fine. This was a private party, and they had me performing with a trio, and then in walked mariachi players. And quickly I said, we should definitely do something all together. And so we did. And it, to me, is representative of my love for joining people together and including people together. And so it was like a very festive party feel. And it just represents for me my love for people and to collaborate. That's what that is.
Yes, I did a deep sigh because I think I can relate to that as well as a coordinator and so forth and band leader, in you know the consolation prize is that we've been rallying every Monday. I get to see you, and we have to have these conversations about what it means to be an artist, a musician. How can we support each other? We are writing a mission, vision. It doesn't take place of being live, playing with a band, but I hope, eu espero, I hope that if we move forward in the future, that we can start to play like we did before. Hopefully we'll have that added bonus of having connected during this time and having started to build a foundation during this time, whatever that leads us, where, right?
Estoy de acuerdo. Espero que podemos trabajar juntos con otros músicos y artistas. En el futuro, I hope so much that we can find a pathway together again, because I really miss that too. Musicians in particular need to work together.
Yes, you know, we are often pointing the way and trying to find a way, when it comes to innovation. Quando se habla de inovação, quando se fala de inovação, os artistas são os inovadores, artists are innovators. So you're absolutely right. I know these ladies. I work with them at the Mac with a few initiatives with my teenagers. So I'm so happy that you put this photo, and I hope one day I'll have one of them or the three of them here in this show as well. Tell us a little bit about this image. Fala pra gente quem são elas e o sentimento.
This was, again, a sentiment of my desire to bring people together on stage that don't normally get a lot of performance time. This was taken a few years ago. I curated a show at the Mac to bring women to the stage, and they were a choice of mine because I thought they were up and coming and had a lot of vitality, and they were women of color. And so obviously they're continuing in their pathway, and I'm so happy that I have had the pleasure to work with them and to see them doing well. The Tiara Girls. That's why.
Yes, the Tiara Girls. Para vocês que estão vendo o show aqui, temos as Tiara Girls, que são artistas aqui de Austin. Como vocês sabem, as you guys know, our musical scene is vast, amazing, and it keeps so many wonderful people here. Tem tanta gente maravilhosas aqui como você, Leti, like you, Leti. They're so. So yes, hopefully another time, I'll have them here one day and talk about them. But wow, a picture speaks 1,000 words here. It's like the smiles that all of the four of you have. They're so genuine, and once again, we talked about women artists uplifting each other. Feeling supported, and then moving that energy to world beat artists and world music artists, and feeling supported, and now you in the middle of that, you have some ideas, some new things that you're getting out into the world. Can we spend a moment? And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. Can we spend a moment talking about your new musical ideas, what you're in the process of bringing forth into the world? What's happening with Leti Garza?
Well, I have several projects I'm trying to release over the next several months. The song that you have the video of was released in 2019, and I just submitted it to the Recording Academy for a Grammy as a political act. And
thank you for doing it so
expressly as a political act. Thank you. But also I have going to be released, I hope soon. I have
sometime. Breaking news! Breaking news!
Yeah, I have a lot of breaking news. I just have to get it from here to there. I have a remix of a
Notícias aqui. I'm just kidding with my Brazilian friends. News, notícias. Em primeiro plano.
All right. Yes, noticias. I have a whole album I'm trying to slowly put together, that I will, si Dios quiere, yo voy a lanzar in 2020, sometime this year, in 2020. I will do that. I have a remix I'm releasing that's a really hot dance merengue, and that's for my band a couple of years ago, but I never released it. So it's new for the public. And then I have another song that I'm recording right now that's about the immigrant children at the border that I am most excited about because it's happening right now. And I just hope I can get it out to the public right now, soon as I can, because it's a topic that people, we're all overwhelmed. We have too many things to deal with, but the children at the border being shipped home with COVID is. I've been following the children being at the border for many a month, a couple of years now, I guess. So anyway, so I have a song called "The Borderlands" I'm going to release. I hope within the next 6 months or less. I have several things, but right now all I'm doing is putting a song that I did in 2019, La Esperanza, that you're going to play at the end of the show. I'm putting La Esperanza in a hat, in the Grammy hat. Again, it's I must say, when I recorded it, it was very down and dirty. It was did not have the production value that I would have normally used, but the sentiment of the song is very authentic and very relevant to what is happening at the border, and that's why I put it in that hat for being listened to.
It's important that yes, I love that. I love it that you're like, yeah, damn it, I'm gonna do it, and those big honchos, they have to listen. You are given a voice to, in our way. As I mean, we can, I understand we have our limitations, and damn it, if we could change the world 100%, we would do so many things differently. I know. But is a way to give a platform and a voice para las famílias. So a Letícia está dando uma plataforma e uma voz musical para as famílias imigrantes que estão em Tornillo, Texas, as famílias que estão separadas da fronteira por causa da administração do governo Donald Trump. E ela mandou uma canção para o comitê do Grammy, não com a alusão, mas mais com o coração. So you send it with the heart, so that these children and these families are heard as anyway, like we're doing now, like if there's 5, 10 people watching and later 100, that's beautiful. If anybody watching now, yes, we have to show solidarity. Temos que llenar solidariedad con las familias inmigrantes, with the immigrant families. And that's a thing that you and I share. We are immigrants in different ways. Who is not an immigrant? No, ¿quién no es un inmigrante?
True.
Well, thank you so very much, Leti. I am just for a few seconds, and I'm going to do this after the video as well. I know it's kind of a weird thing because I'm working my technology, but I have some links on the screen right now that I'm going to leave it just for another 10, 15 seconds. And then at the end, I will leave it again for people, para os amigos, for you guys to share with your friends, for you guys to share some of Leti Garza's music, para vocês verem a música dela. Se você está no Brasil, if you're in Brazil, you could check it out. You're going to love it. And por México, algún día después de la pandemia, hopefully, Leti, a dream of mine would be to get a caravan of us to go travel. That's a big one for me. Maybe, if we had a few of us from our little collective and travel to Mexico one day or something like that, and play it at a city theater, did an Austin showcase, maybe in Saltillo or something like that. I'm just dreaming right now, live on air. So anyway, si estás en Mexico, si están en Brazil, share Leti's music from the heart. And Leti, I don't know what I'm doing with this show, so I'm sure if I keep doing this, I'll have you in the future. Mas muito obrigado. Thank you so much for your time. Before I cue the video, do you have any last words for the internet and for Marina and Paula and everybody else?
I want to just thank you, Freddy, for having me again, and to keep doing what you're doing. For you will give us all heart and all the hope to keep going. This is a dark time, and we have to create the light as artists, and also take care of ourselves as well. So one day at a time, as you said at the beginning of the show. And yeah, that's it. Love you guys.
Love you so much, Leti. Te quiero mucho. Abrazo. Like Walter Mercado say, mucho, 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 mucho amor.
Mucho, mucho, mucho amor, sí. Te quiero mucho también. Y quiero
Sí,
hacer
so
fuera,
that's
sí. Thank you.
that's right. So, Leti, muito obrigado. Thank you for being here, and see you very soon. Beijo. I'm gonna play the video for La Esperança. Okay, folks. So you're gonna see some footage from Tornillo, Texas. Para os que estão no Brasil, aonde estão as famílias imigrantes que estão chegando no Texas? Esta canção está neste lugar e esta é a inspiração. Beso, querida. Big kiss.